Okay, so according to your installation, this I mean the path may vary. So you have to find your Java installation path in your computer, or if you have your Java home already been set up. See, I remember I gave an instruction to your network infrastructure team to set up the Java home path. I hope the environment variable is already set. If it is there, you can directly execute uh, Java statement irrespective of any folder and file. Uh, I mean, uh, uh, I mean where you are located. I mean your command line is located wherever it may be. So you can simply execute any Java specific command line thing. So in this case, 1.8. Okay, let it be. So I already have in my Mac the Java home or environment variable set. The same may be your case. So for those who have access to command line, please check this statement. Just Java space uh, hyphen version. If you see if it is executed, fine, your environment path has been set. If not, you have to find where your Java is installed, go to that folder, go to the folder called bin, and from there you can find specific utility files or key tools. Is it accessible? Does it print anything? Java compiler, Java C, anything? What's the output is coming? Same thing comes, right? Okay, so it's mean your environment path is already been set up, so you don't need to worry about it. So simply copy the line. Okay, first thing I need to find where is my debug key store is located. Debug key store can be found using open the Android virtual device manager. If you notice, there will be a path on the top, a list of existing virtual devices located at some path. In my case, some path name is there. In your case, there will be a different path where you have installed your AVDs. So in this case, this path I need to go. Okay, let me manually type it. So it is located users dot android according to see anything which comes with the prefix dot in Linux Unix file system it is called hidden files, but you don't need to worry, it is your Windows, so it will be displaying for you. But whereas for my computer I do not see a folder called dot android because it is hidden, but I can still go. It's getting me in list structure directory. ls is a Linux command, your is a dir Windows. If you notice the path which is being given in the Android virtual device manager, if I get inside up to this path, I notice couple of files available. So in this case I notice debug.keystore file. This is the default key store file which is used for your testing purpose. I mean, whenever you hit run, something gets installed in your phone, I mean your emulator. The that time Eclipse uses this particular debug key store file. Using that, it finds uh, the certificate fingerprints and of course it install it. So this one, for that also I need to find the certificate fingerprint. So this time I can run the particular command given in the console. Sorry, copy pasting wrong. So key tool space hyphen list space hyphen v. This last line alone please change according to. So debug key store. The default password is Android. And now my certificate fingerprints are ready. If you notice 2E67, what actually they need SHA1, it's an encryption format. Yeah. So that key store value they want. So this one. You could notice that the entry is already been given here because I've already found my debug key store fingerprint. But this is a way, if you are trying new, make sure you go to the path where your AVD is installed, find your debug key store file and execute the command like key tool -list and -v key store space, give your debug key store name. It will ask for a password. The password is Android and you will have the fingerprint values generated here. This is the least encrypted one. This is encrypted slightly higher bit. This is a highly encrypted one. But what what Google requires is this particular encrypted fingerprint, SHA1. So save that in a notepad for time being. Because I need to find one more key store file. Of course, that can be found using the command line tool itself, the Eclipse tool itself, but anyway, that also we will test it. So debug keys to and just have that. Okay. Now I'm using one more key store file for my development. So that one I have kept in my documents folder, I remember. So I kept in my document folder. You may be having in your any place, so accordingly. So in this case, documents. My keystore file is called mykey.keystore here in this case. So this one I'm going to use for my signing my application. So the same format, change the last line. Password you should be remembering if you have created, and I've got one more fingerprint generated for me. This is for my uh, production key store file, which I will be using at the end. Actually, it's in key store, so fingerprint value. So I have two generated for me. Now I'm done with my emulator. I don't need it. Terminal. Now let me create a new application which I'm going to use it for accessing the Google Map API services or web services. I'm going to create a new one. Some my web service example. Oh, keep a shorter package. This package is very important because I need to give the package name. Custom launcher. In this case, Okay, so I'll close the previous example project. This is the only project right now open. This path, the package name is very important because I need to supply that into a key store, I mean API key generation process, because if you notice the fingerprint value and semicolon, and you have the package name also to be given like this. So let me modify my text file. This is for one and another one for this. So let me copy first entry, second one. So both the key stores, I mean the fingerprints and the package name has been entered. Now I am updating it. Now it has been updated, so I can use my API key for accessing the web service for this particular package application. If you are creating a new, make sure you start from here, create new Android key. So from here you enter the required thing, so your API key will be newly created. Remember, this API key is going to be useful for various purpose, anything specific to maps or anything specific to Google services. Google requests you to create API keys, so it does know who is accessing their service. I've already asked the permission to give a free access to this website, but I hope since it is from Google domain, you can make use of it. You can check, you can try to create up to this level. If not, you consume the web service. Uh, can you guys access code.google.com? code.google.com/apis. I don't know whether it will allow you to log in using your Gmail account. I would like to check. code.google.com/apis. Does it work? Are you getting this screen? Google APIs, or at least a login page? What do you get? Which one? code.google.com/API. Okay, let me see. Okay, you have to, okay, one more thing. APIs console, type the console. APIs/console. You should get a login screen, of course. It's going somewhere. Are you getting at least a login screen if it is? Gmail. You have to log in, then you have to come back. In that APIs and authorization, of course, this particular screen you can access. Then you can go ahead and create them. So you can try that anyway a little later. So you have to create a API key for further consumption of Google specific web services. Okay, so in my case, web service API key is ready. Now time to, oh, this is the older one. Write our example. This time I want to keep the location services inside the service instead of activity. I want to keep it inside the service. Some file class I am creating my location service extends service. Only one abstract method binder. We'll see what is that later. and two service lifecycle which we want to implement to test whether the service is running or terminated. So start writing your location specific classes, location listener. First thing, I need access to location manager. Get system service context location service. So get access to a default location service using the same line. So location manager instance is ready. Now I need a location listener. This time instead of interface, I'd like to create location. I'm just trying an alternate way also. This way also you can implement an interface provided the space is available for it to get implement its abstract methods. So the location listener instance I need. So location manager request location updates provider. This case I'm going to use location manager GPS provider. I'll keep a minimum 00 because I don't have any requirement. The listener is a location listener. I just going to implement it. So instead of directly implementing here, I have done in this way. So anyway, it's fine. So whenever the service started, it will start listening the location and it will start reporting the latitude and longitude on location changed here. And I also need to make sure it is shut down when the service is no more. We need to make a location manager global. Remove updates. This will close the location listener so that it won't further check your current location. I don't want to use toast this time. Let me see if I can introduce some other. Before doing anything, we have to make sure our permissions added in the manifest. Since I'm going to access a web service, so I'm going to make sure a couple of permissions also added, such as internet. First one for location specific one, so course and find locations. Sorry. And I'm also going to need a internet permission so that I can access Google API web services. It's done. And register your service as well. Okay, so manifest entry is done. I'm not going to keep any buttons. So in the activity, we all know a button is needed to, or any other interface is needed to start the service. Service cannot be started independently. We need a help of an activity. So maybe it will be better to keep some buttons over there. If I wanted to show you, it can work behind the screen as well. So okay, I'm going to keep a button. Going to need values created for it. Okay. I'll give a fixed width so that it will look better. Here center in parent, so this will be exact center to the parent. You can keep another button for stop. This should be below the ID's top. This would require center horizontal. So two buttons, not quite center, but at least this particular button is center, slightly below to this button. If you want exact center, you can give a linear layout which will help you to have a gravity center accordingly. Okay. Two buttons, time to initialize them. Two buttons ready. So it's going to have a on-click listener, looking for something for a view. So switch case, so if it is view, get ID, it is for r.id start, this block, otherwise stop. Otherwise can be a default as well, but anyway I'll write stop as well. So whenever the specific buttons clicked, the switch case block will execute depending on the ID which is receiving. Time to attach them. Now handle the intent. This will start the service, another one will stop it. So we have given the minimal interface to handle the service startup and termination. So when the service is started, it will call the on create block and it will initialize the location listener, and location listener will start listening your location. If a location is available, instead of toast, let me add a notification manager compat. Try to use it. It's also a system service, I remember. Notification service. So it's another class, manager class. Of course, notifications are nothing but the one which is slightly coming whenever a message comes, something starts rolls. So that is I'm calling it as the notification. Instead of displaying a toast, I am planning to display a notification whenever a new location updates come. It is pretty simple nowadays. Nowadays it has been made simple. So notification compat. Builder. Same like creating a dialog. I can use a notification builder to create. Notification compact package will gives a backward compatibility. Otherwise, if you are using API level above 11, or sorry, not 11, 13 and above, you can simply use notification and notification manager respectively. So notification builder from the context. Oh, it is this mean it is location listener. Set some icon. Launcher icon itself will display. Some small icon will come besides the message. Set content title is there. Okay. Let me type something generic, then we'll modify how things will look. We'll see first. Builder set content text. ticker, some rollovers. Okay, so large icon also I can set. So when you set large icon from the bitmap source at once. Okay, I'll skip this part because I need to generate a bitmap, slightly a larger image. So fine. I need a intent so that when a user drags and click the notification, what I need to display. I'd like to take the user to main activity. This is not correct. This is a pending intent, mean the intent will wait until the user interacted. So I'm going to create a pending intent, which a time bound intent. We'll see what is pending intent. Once you see the example, I'm looking for something get service. Request code as of now keep it 0 because you know that on activity result a request code would be needed, so maybe I can keep something. And the intent is already there, and flag if any new notification comes, update the current pending intent. Means chances are there multiple notification may pop up, so only one pending intent is enough. So anything previous is there, it will be replaced. Flag update current one. Okay. Now pending intent has been set. Builder set content intent. This is for now. Our builder is done. Notification builder is done. Time to fire the notification manager. Notify ID, some ID, you can give some ID name, and notification second. Integer notification. So okay, so it gives a build. Okay, fine. So an ID notification builder build. So anytime when a new location comes, you should be able to see this kind of notification. We'll see how things run, then we'll get We need to go to DDMS to push the location. Okay, so screen is ready. Anyway, I'll start it. It start listening the location, but no new location has been received so far. Need to go to emulator control. When I send a location, I think, yeah, so if you notice, location title and content here, something has come already. I have to dismiss this. Sorry. The icon is already displaying, so web service W or something, I put it here. So, small icon which is also displaying. Let me see if side by side if we can see them. So I'm opening the wrong file. Better we'll use the GPX file, which will simulate the. I remember I kept somewhere. Okay, it should be in the downloads folder. Pardon? Where did you see? Ah, here it's great. Okay, so let me manually push them with the. It is listening. Any way to dismiss it? But they have changed the navigation. Before it's pretty easy. Even your emulator, I can easily dismiss it. I cannot dismiss now. Okay. First time it got executed, but instead let me try some content info. Content info comes here. Okay. If you notice this through the notification, I can go back to my activity. For example, once I click and when I drag and click it here, it will take me to my own application. That's what the pending intent setup we have made. So not even taking it. Content intent has been sent. Notify. Yeah, I'll test it on the phone. It usually when a new value comes, it's a small rollover will happen, so you will see the content directly here itself. Let me refer the Android document. That's the best one. Notification. What we have done. So small content title and content text. So we have already added them. Content title, content text. I'll do one thing is to recreate, slightly modify the code. The ID I'll replace. So every time a new instance of a notification should pop up. Okay. If you see multiple instances being printed, so because I have added a different ID, so which gives me a different notification, but it's if it is on a conventional phone screen, you will see one by one printed here, but in this case I am only seeing one because it's still a beta version emulator, maybe for that reason. Anyway, so notification worked, but couldn't bring the text here. can do location, get latitude. Display the latitude longitude whenever it is changed. You see the information is coming here. I think I couldn't make the ticker working. Remove the small icon. So removing icon removes everything. Ticker. So ticker is not appearing. Maybe I'll show you the screenshot run through my phone. I think I've taken my phone out. I'm just testing on my phone. To modify to one more provider. Okay, I already received it. If you notice in my phone, if you see the notification that particular latitude longitude appears here, this is called ticker. Ticker information means simply rollover. I mean, maybe the emulator did not display it properly. Instead, it only put a kind of icon. But in a normal scenario, you should see the latitude longitude printed as you make the movement. If you notice my phone, that is the ticker will keep changing whenever a new location is received. So let me see. So it's printing. So if I have a more than one, so that this particular W will stay. I can close. See, it keeps printing. As I make the movement, the location is listened and it's keep updating the location. So this is what your notification, when you drag it down, you will see this information. So let me save that. By clicking this notification, I can go back to uh, my application, the pending intent, but it's not firing anyway. This application is too busy. I'll find it out why it is not printing. Anyway, the notification is rolling on with the new values as you print. So this is the best option to print something from the background. Instead of using toast, you can use a notification to print the whatever background information is coming in. So in this case, I have used uh, notification manager, and I have used a ticker in order to roll over the new location whichever is coming. So emulator did not give me a expected response. Maybe it is 5.0, which is having a beta release, so it to get subsequent fix. But it should work in your emulator because you are using 4.4 emulator. That will work without any problem. So I'll probably stop up to here. Then later I'll add uh, web service here, so that this latitude longitude can be sent to a web server to receive the readable address format. I'll do that after the break.